Hey everybody, this recording will cover the Thomas case study assignment that is coming up. So you will go under the assignments tab and let me move my little box over here, and you will see there is now a this is going to move it, but that's all right. There is now a folder called case study. This folder contains the case study you will read, Thomas, and the questions you will answer in a Word document. I'm just going to move the box along with the assignment recording, which is this, to hopefully answer any questions you might have about the assignment. Okay, so what you're going to do, it's pretty straightforward. So you're just going to click on the case study tab, and there is a student named Thomas, and we're going to look at a case study. So here's the case lies.com. Here's the case study. Okay, so here is the case study, and then here is the assignment. Remember, they changed the little icon on me, so it took me a minute to realize which was which. But this is your assignment. This is the questions in Word. So I'm just going to show you the case study first. And then I'll tell you a little bit about Thomas. I'm going to pause for 1 second to try to resize my screen. All right, so this is a case study about someone named Thomas. This is this from a textbook, and the chapter is Appropriate Education and Individualized Education Programs, okay, IEPs. So just like that IRIS module that we just worked through. So Thomas, we are looking really at transition to post-secondary life. Okay, so it also kind of ties in with the second part of our of this class, where we're going to start talking about, or where we will talk about, transition. And we're also going to look at free appropriate public education, or FAPE. Okay, so we have Thomas and we have Allie Young, who is the high school special education teacher. It is a little crooked. I apologize. That's just how it is. So you're just going to read the case study. Okay, so this is Allie, the high school special education teacher. Okay, you're going to read about Allie. You're going to read about Allie. Okay, this was Thomas's previous IEP. All right, so this is the one kind of, going on this year, we'll say. And Allie is tasked with writing his new IEP. You are not going to write his new IEP. That used to be an assignment that I had y'all do, but I have changed that for now. So this assignment, you're just going to answer some questions, okay? So this is his past IEP, though, and I just have to point out that the date of his IEP meeting is my birthday. Didn't even notice that, didn't plan it, didn't pick this one on purpose, but just a little fun fact. So you're going to read about his current levels of performance, okay, present levels of functional and academic performance, right? That's what your textbook calls them. Remember, this is his current, his IUP, his goals, excuse me. Monitoring schedule. It looks a little bit different than the South Carolina form, but that's okay. It's just kind of an example for you. Okay, some needed services, extent to which he will not participate with non-disabled children, et cetera, et cetera. Transition plan. Well, all she did was year one, because it does say he, I believe, is a freshman. Okay, so he doesn't know yet what he wants to do when he leaves school. The parents do want him fully integrated with non-disabled peers. But you might learn that might not be the best place for Thomas. Okay, preparation, state and participation in local assessments. Okay, so that is his current IEP. After reviewing Thomas's recent IEP, the teacher, compared it with previous IEPs, I noticed that the goals had not changed since fourth grade. I hope that is just setting off alarm bells for all of you right now. I really think that we are not programming appropriately for Thomas. Instead of listening to his aide read To Kill a Mockingbird, he should be learning functional daily living skills. I don't think Thomas is really earning A's and B's based on his knowledge. Isn't this dishonest to give him above average grades? Shouldn't he really be placed in a special education program where his needs can truly be met? All right, so that's kind of her final thoughts. And again, we just learned up here, his parents want him fully integrated with non-disabled peers, but you're going to learn a lot more about Thomas and about everything that Thomas has going on in his present levels. Okay, so here I'm just going to read the first sentence. He functions on a second grade level in reading. Second grade, and he's in ninth grade. Okay, so keep that in mind as you're reading through the IEP. Okay, and then through her comments. So again, I hope at least this sentence set off some alarm bells. Even if you're, new to the program, new to the world of IEPs, hopefully you learned so far that, in the IRIS module, that's not appropriate, right? He's in ninth grade and his goals have stayed the same since fourth grade. Anyway, so what you're going to do, you are going to work through these legal issues questions and these other issues, okay? So let me show you. So here's, again, this is a case study you need to answer the questions. And then let me show you, let me move the little box again. The little, don't get me started on the box. Okay, so then here is the actual assignment, right? Thomas case study questions. Here are the questions. So you will just click on the questions, and mine, my computer now downloads them, over to a little box in the corner, which is fine. So here are the questions. Let me move this. Okay, so here are the questions. Did the school district comply with the correct procedures in writing the IEP discussed in the case? What evidence supports your position? So for all of these questions, I'm more interested in the kind of the second part. What evidence supports your position? How do you know? Why do you think so? So especially this one, number 3, do you agree with the position of the special education teacher? Why or why not? You can choose to agree or disagree. That's kind of the least part. I'm not as interested in that part, but I'm interested in the why. Why do you agree with Allie's decision? Or why do you not? Why do you think, oh no, everything's fine, we're doing just fine with him? Okay, so this is all you're going to do. We'll read through the case study, and this is a Word document, so you will just type your answers right in here. Obviously, you can, you'll add more space if you need it. So did the school district comply with correct procedures in writing the IEP discussed in the case? So use your textbook, look at the recordings that I posted for the IEP textbook and think about the IRIS module that you just completed. What evidence supports your position? Whether your position is yes, they did comply, or no, they did not comply, what evidence supports that? The second one was Thomas's IEP reasonably calculated to provide educational benefits. How do you know? Again, if you say yes, okay, how do you know? If you say no, how do you know? And I just gave a little hint and said you may want to review goals, services, and the transition plan. Was Thomas's IEP individually written to match his needs, to meet his needs, excuse me. Again, if you say yes, how do you know? If you say no, how do you know? Okay, so really thinking about the how do you know and what evidence other than just yes or no. Give me some specific examples to say, yes, it was individually written, or no, it was not individually written to meet his needs. And then the other issues, what potential effect did Thomas's performance on the state test have on whether or not the school met adequate yearly progress? So that's kind of an overall, the school has standards and progress and all this stuff that they have to meet. So what potential impact might Thomas's performance have on that? At what point should a student's purely academic curriculum tied to the general education curriculum, meaning on grade level, at what point should it be changed to a functional curriculum? So what do you think about this? Should he be looking more at a functional curriculum, as the teacher said? Should he keep going with academics? So give, again, some specific examples. And then do you agree, as I talked about, do you agree with the position of the special ed teacher? Why or why not? So again, yes, you agree, or no, you do not, but why? Why do you agree? Why do you not agree? All right, so that is it. That's what you will do for Thomas. You will just, again, read the, you will just read the case study, and let me see if I still have it pulled up, or did I? Okay, so the questions, let me move the box one more time, people. The questions right here, the legal issues and the other issues, those are exactly the questions you're going to answer, okay? I just put them in a Word document for you just to try to make it easier, okay? So that is it, pretty straightforward. Again, read the case study, and then again, you will answer the questions, and you will just submit them. Remember, right here, you click on the line, and this icon is your assignment icon. So you will just click here when you're ready to submit them. And that's all we got for Thomas. I do have a recording I will post after you submit your answers. It is from, I don't know, a year or two ago. So if there are any dates in there, just disregard them. It's just something to give you, thinking about, again, the assignment I used to have students do, there's something after the questions in the case study that says, it's called like an additional activity or something. And that is where you look at writing his next IEP. So I'm not going to have you all do that, but I'm going to give you the recording of what his IEP could look like. Okay. So again, that's just more of an FYI kind of thing, but your only assignment is to read this case study and then just submit the questions right here. And again, I just numbered them all 1 through 6. Okay, so that's all I did was change the numbers, because on the document it says 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I just made them all say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just make sure you answer all the questions. You can certainly work with a partner, a friend, a small group up to maybe 3 students. And if you do that, only one of you needs to submit it. And just make sure you include everybody's names, okay? So that's it for Thomas. Hopefully it's pretty manageable. I think it makes a lot more sense to have you all look at the questions as opposed to writing the IEP. We will get to the IEP project in a little bit, but for now, this is the Thomas case study assignment, and I will see you next time for the IEP project.